Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about a day in the life of a cybersecurity student here in Canada. So I typically wake up at 7 a.m. and then once I wake up, the first thing I do is to make my bed, and once that is done, stretch a little bit just to get ready for the day, put myself into the mood for a new day. Once I'm done with my regular stretching, I head to the bathroom, go get ready, pretty much brushing my teeth and taking my shower and getting all freshened up for a new day. I am a tea person, so instead of coffee, which I'm trying to stay away from, I prepare some tea, get it ready for the day, especially now that the weather is very cold. It's keeps me warm. So I have my tea prepared, and once I'm done with that, sometimes I go in to have quick cycling on the machine just to get myself warmed up for the day, and then the day starts. My classes typically starts at 8:30, and so once I am all done and I get to my desk, I check the calendar just to be sure of the course I'm going to take. Well, now that the winter term just started, I'm still getting myself acquainted with the courses, so I need to go back to the timetable from time to time just to be sure which course is up next. And once I know that, I go into Brightspace. Brightspace is the portal that we students use to manage our course materials, and if there is any announcements, that's where the instructors are posting them. So I go on to Brightspace, check the course that we have for that morning, see if there are any announcements, and just make sure also that I'm not missing any deadlines. Then right after doing that, I can hop into the meeting. This time we are studying from home, so we get to join the class via Teams. So just check my calendar and join the class about 5 to 10 minutes before the class start time. I don't want to be late for my classes. Our class for today is going to start soon. We were supposed to start at 8:30, but it got moved to 9:30. So we're actually going to start soon. It's going to be advanced network security. That's the um, right here, advanced network security. That's what I have this morning. It's going to be for 2 hours. And we are currently studying online because of the COVID-19 restrictions. At least for the first 2 weeks of this winter term, it's going to be from home, and we are usually joining via Teams. So the class is starting.
All right. Well, today is going to be our first networking lab. Most of you have noticed now that you should, if you haven't noticed already, you should have brand new firewalls installed for iNet Firewall 01 and for DC Firewall 01 for WinForce. If anyone wants to go and grab the lab and take a quick look at it take about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, go take a look at the lab. Then we'll go over it. Actually, we'll take 10 minutes, so 8:40 or 9:45. We'll be back. We're going to do a little bit of discussion around it. I'll talk about the lab a little bit more, but I want you to do a quick read through it. Take a look at the diagram. Get logged into your VMs. All of those fun things. Make sure everything's going good. Any questions?
So guys, today's class is going to be networking, advanced network security, and we are going to have a lab this morning. This is going to be the lab. So basically, for now, we are supposed to read through the lab, get familiar with what's going on in there, and then in about 10 to 15 minutes, we will get back with the instructor, and then we are going to kickstart. And we've been doing similar labs in the previous term, so this is not actually new to us. This is just like a continuation of what we started in the previous sem, and this is like the advanced part of the network security class. And today it's actually we're actually gonna have a snowstorm, so everyone is like, prepared, and try to stay indoors because the weather outside is going to be pretty bad. I will show you during break. Let's go check out the snow, how it's coming up. Whoa, it's getting worse and worse. And actually, this is the first snowstorm of 2022. And it's actually going to get worse. We're expecting about 15 to 30 centimeters of snow throughout today. Probably going to clear or start dwindling sometime tomorrow morning. But yeah, everyone is probably indoor. Let's see if I can open this up to show you guys. And it is windy. Yes, so yeah, that's the weather. So for our lab activities, we are using a virtual machine. So as you can see, I've powered up my virtual machine. And before you can get on the virtual machine, since this is actually on the school's network, you have to be logged into VPN. So we actually have a VPN that we connect to anytime we want to log into the school's system from home, which makes sense, right? So today's lab is going to be a networking lab, as I mentioned. So I'm logged into the lab, I have access to the machines, and for now, what I have to do is to read through the lab manual, have an idea of what's going on and what will be required from us. And once I have that, I can start working right away. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this morning. And once we are done, there is going to be another class later in the day. Today it's going to be quite busy. My classes are usually from morning from 8:30 until 4:30, with 1 hour break in between, usually from 12:30 to 1:30. But then there are some of the days that like you have class from morning to evening, but you may be having mini breaks in between them. It's always very busy for us as cybersecurity students. A lot is required for this course, and we have to put in a lot of effort to make things happen. So yeah, this lab is going to be about firewalls. We started more like the intro part in the previous term, and this is going to be a more advanced part. So we are setting up firewalls. We are using pfSense firewalls, so like setting up firewalls within a network, and doing some WAN configurations and LAN configurations here and there. But most of the activities in the labs are like case scenarios, right? So they present you a problem. There may be a problem with the firewall, maybe there is a DDoS attack on the firewall or on the network system, and you need to figure out where the attack is coming from, how to remediate the attack, and things like this. So it's more like advanced networking stuff. So from the instruction, uh, the lab one, what is required of us, we are actually going to rebuild our firewall. There was a DDoS attack in the previous lab sessions from the last time. So we are going to rebuild the firewall. And after rebuilding the firewall, we are going to put in place the controls so that it would be difficult for such DDoS attacks to happen again in the future. We are going to be configuring some rules for our firewalls, and then we can go into the next lab basically. Work time. Um, Getting my hands dirty at the moment with the firewall initial configuration. Basically, what I'm doing here is setting up the VLAN interfaces and also assigning their respective IPs for our LAN, WAN, and other interfaces. And I will do this for both firewalls. So I just finished the first part of the initial configuration. Just finished the initial configuration for the first firewall, which is our iNet firewall 01. I'll go ahead and configure also for our DC firewall, and then once I'm done, I can get into the GUI and finish up the configuration there. So that's basically the first part, right? Do the initial configurations, go in, make sure that everything is set up as they are supposed to be, and then we can go down into the case scenario that we've been given, and then go ahead with the necessary um, firewall rules that we need to enable on our firewall. I finished the initial configuration from the console of the firewall. So now I'm going into the GUI part where I would complete the configuration for our first firewall. So we are done with the wizard setup. Our firewall is being configured. The wizard was completed, and yay! Congratulations, PF Sense is now configured. So I'm going to do the same for the second firewall, and then once I'm done with that, I have to go into the firewall rule set to go check what we have there and then make some modifications to the rules as well. So this is going to be the end of it for this morning's class for advanced network security. Later in the day, we are going to be having two more classes, human and software security, as well as, let me check what's going to be the other one. We just started the term, so still trying to memorize all the courses we have, but actually we are taking 8 courses in total. 2 of them are non-IT, so those are going to be work safely, how to be safe on the job, and also the other one is going to be orientation to community service or something like this, and that is also going to be pretty light, not so much. Those are non-IT courses. So for the core IT or core cybersecurity ones, we are going to be doing 6. So the other course that we would have later in the day would be advanced systems Advanced Operating System Security. That's going to be the other class that we'll have later today. So thanks very much. Basically, that should be it for today. This is the life of a cybersecurity student here at NBCC in New Brunswick, Canada. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Let us know what you think about this video. If there is more you would like to see, just comment it and then I can put together those videos for you as well. And if you have any questions, you can feel free and drop them in the comment section. Catch you in our next video. Bye.